How long have you been with the Chatham County Police Department?
6 years.
And did you work with any other police departments prior to starting with the Chatham County Police Department?
No, sir.
What assignments have you had at the Chatham County Police Department before becoming a detective?
I was on patrol for 3 years.
Okay. So that would put you joining the detectives
January of 2022.
January of 2022.
Yes, sir.
Now, were you on duty as a detective on the morning of October 5th, 2022?
Yes.
Where were you and what were you doing?
I was at the Islands Precinct, located at 54 Johnny Mercer Boulevard, in our detective's office at my desk.
Now, is that a ways away from 535 Buckhalter Road?
Yes, it's about 30 minutes, give or take, 45.
Is that where your office is located?
Yes.
The Islands Precinct?
Yes, sir.
Is that where all the detectives' offices are located for the department, or are y'all spread out?
That's our main office. We don't have any other offices at any other precincts.
Okay, so the CID offices, if I'm understanding you correctly, are in the Islands Precinct on Johnny Mercer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, did you become involved at some point that day in the investigation of the disappearance of Quentin Simon?
Yes, sir.
Did you go to the scene yourself that day, 535 Buckhalter?
Yes, sir.
When roughly did you get there?
Around 6 o'clock, I believe, that evening, after getting a search warrant signed.
Okay, so you didn't go there till the evening, till after the search warrant was signed for your residence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, earlier, before that, were you nevertheless still involved from your desk at the Islands Precinct?
Yes, sir.
And at some point, were you asked, or did you just decide to run the defendant's name, Leilani Simon, and see whether there were any vehicles registered to her that you could see in your system?
I was asked by the detectives on scene.
Okay. And how did they ask you? Over the radio, cell phone, or what?
Through text.
Okay. So who was on the scene at that point and had asked you to do that, if you remember?
I believe it was Detective Noble and Detective Wilkins.
Okay. So one or both of them asked you to run her name and see about vehicle registration.
Yes, sir.
And did you see that any particular vehicle was registered to her?
I believe there was a Dodge Journey registered to her.
Do you remember the tag number for the Dodge Journey?
Yes, it was TEN930.
They're cooking boiled fish. Yeah. That's a little weird, but okay, especially late at night, but you seem to have some weird neighbors, so.
00.
And is that a Georgia tag?
Yes, sir.
One moment. Now, do you see in front of you a document marked as State's Exhibit 6?
Yes, sir.
Do you know what that is?
It appears to be a license plate reader from Flock.
Okay, a flock camera?
Yes, sir.
All right, does it fairly and accurately depict what a typical flock camera looks like?
Yes, sir.
Your Honor, I would move this in as State's Exhibit 6.
No objection, Judge. I've already.
It's admitted.
And may I ask, rather than putting this up on the screen, if it could just be published by passing it to the jury?
That's fine, Judge.
And would the court like for me to do that, or would the court prefer that the deputy do that?
What the state might wish to do.
I'm fine.
Are these photos?
It's just a single photograph.
It's just one picture, Judge.
Thank you. Now, what is a flock camera and what is the flock system?
So essentially, it's a license plate reader that is stationed throughout different areas throughout the U.S. The Flock system is made only public to law enforcement agencies, so you have to have a username and a password through your agency to actually use the system.
And did you have that on October 5th of 2022?
Yes, sir.
Roughly how many of these cameras are there scattered around Chatham County? Off the top of your head, I'm not looking for a firm number.
About 300.